In a world where wages often fail to meet basic living expenses, the struggle to make ends meet is a daily reality for many. Every dollar earned is already allocated to essential needs: rent, utilities, food, and childcare. There's no room for frivolity, yet it's a delicate balance that could collapse with one small misstep. The cycle is unrelenting. Missing a day of work could mean losing your job. Without a babysitter, faced with an impossible choice, you might find yourself unemployed. Being unable to pay rent could lead to homelessness, and in turn, the loss of custody of a child. Each consequence is a domino, leading to an even greater downfall, stripping away every bit of stability one clings to. The stress is palpable, the fear constant, and the sense of hopelessness overwhelming. This is the harsh reality for countless workers. If a person cannot afford to live or commute to the city where they are employed, it is the city that ultimately fails its inhabitants. Poverty exists even in cities bursting with jobs offering $50 an hour. Such wages are a far cry from sufficient. There is a glaring disconnect in the systems meant to protect and uplift wage earners. Instead of apathy, there should be uproar over the existing inequities. Who will sustain the beloved city if businesses do not pay a living wage? Living on $15 an hour for a 40-hour workweek is impractical. Expenses dwarf the modest income, from rent at $1,050 to utilities to food and childcare adding up to $2,230 against an income of $2,100. A negative balance of $130 every month leaves no possibility for financial independence. With rental requirements demanding an income 2.5 times the rent and an average rent of $1,200, the reality is stark. To qualify for leasing, a monthly income of $3,000 is essential, far above what many employers offer. The lowest sustainable wage should reflect these living costs. Small businesses can thrive while paying fair wages. A modest retail shop might gross $21,500 a month, even after $8,500 in expenses, leaving $13,000 for fair wages. This model could profit the owner $48,000 annually. Thus, it's clear businesses can afford to pay employees a livable wage. Currently, $18 an hour is the minimum wage needed to sustain oneself in many urban areas. If businesses cannot compensate fairly, they should not aspire to grow. Growth must be sustainable and responsible, ensuring workers are not exploited. While the affluent may remain indifferent, focusing on maintaining corporate profits is not the issue of the struggling worker. Ensuring that every employee can live independently without financial distress is a moral imperative, one that will not bankrupt a worthy company.